I remember reaching out to my dad and being like, how about if I went to the University of Iowa? And he was like, I love Iowa.
I like to say I bleed black and gold, so there was nowhere else I wanted to go.
Growing up, I was always a Hawkeye.
I love the look of this campus.
I love the college town, love the atmosphere, the people here.
I think the most surprising thing about the University of Iowa to me was just the community.
The University of Iowa really brings everyone together.
It's really fascinating to see how many people have so many different passions in so many different directions.
Everyone here wants you to succeed, and there's so many resources that you don't even realize are available to you.
My first few classes, I was like nervous. You know, I've never done this before. I'm out here by myself. But like the teachers, the staff, the students that were in my class, they're also like really nice and understanding.
When you get a classroom full of people from a whole bunch of different backgrounds, you learn that there's a ton of different ways to approach a single problem.
I think the greatest sense of belonging that I found on campus was finding my passions and finding ways to pursue that.
I moved out here and I met some of the most incredible artists I've ever thought to have met in my life.
Woo! I feel like I did a lot, but I feel like maybe I could do more. You know, it just felt like opportunity after like opportunity. I want to thank my mom, my dad, I want to thank my little sister, I want to thank my advisor. Thank y'all all so much. Without y'all, I wouldn't be able to make it this far in my education and my career, and I love y'all so much.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad and my sister for always accepting my abstract perspectives on the world and the way that I see my art.
The professors in the sport and rec management program, their insight has been huge to me professionally growing. There's some therapy dogs on campus that I really appreciated. Seeing some dogs, because I don't get to see my dogs that often.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad. They are so supportive of me, and just all the friends and community I've created in Iowa City. I truly couldn't have done it without any of them.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Fall 2025 College of Education Commencement Ceremony this afternoon. I am Dan Clay. I am the Dean of the College of Education, and I want to extend an especially warm welcome to the families of our graduates. I know the room is filled with parents and grandparents and sisters and brothers and friends and extended family members and so many others here to help us celebrate today. We're pleased that you're here to help us celebrate and to bear witness to the important milestone accomplishment of all these students graduating today. We are most privileged and grateful to have been a part of their lives for these past few years. The entire university community shares in your pride and in your happiness on today, this very special day. Allow me to acknowledge the many people assisting us with this ceremony today. Please stand and remain standing as you are introduced. The sign language interpreter from Hands Up Communication is Amy Williams. Representing the university's central administration and conferring the degrees today is President of the University, Barbara J. Wilson. Assisting me on stage with the celebration today from our College of Education is Mark McDermott, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education and Educator Preparation, and Pamela Wesley, Associate Dean for Faculty and Graduate Education. Please join me in thanking these individuals who are supporting this effort today. In addition, we recognize all our faculty and staff who've contributed in so many ways to our students' success through teaching, academic advising, supervising field experiences, and other services throughout these graduates' times in our college, and especially their mentoring. Whether seated on stage or before us in the audience, would our faculty and staff please rise so that we may recognize all of you. Thank you. I'm honored to introduce to you today our keynote speaker, Mr. Matt Degner. Matt has served in the Iowa City Community School District since July of 2013, first as a principal and now as a superintendent. Prior to Iowa City, Mr. Degner served in both Williamsburg and Bettendorf, Iowa school districts. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Northern Iowa in 2002, and his master's and specialist in education degrees from the best college of education in the world, the University of Iowa, in 2015. His wife, Dr. Kate Degner, is a teacher in the district who also earned her PhD at the University of Iowa's College of Education. Mr. Degner has received numerous accolades, including Favorite Teacher for the Governor's Scholar Education Program, the Iowa Technology and Education Connection Administrator of the Year, and many other awards. He was recently named one of the top 10 superintendents in the nation by Education Insider magazine, and just this week he was named National Superintendent of the Year by a prestigious national organization. He is a tremendous educator, he is a leader, but above all, he's a champion for the kids in our schools. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Matt Degner.
I thought maybe he was going to say I was a great fisherman, but he left that part out. I'm honored to be here with all of you, and I too would like to begin by thanking the rest of those with us here today. I'd like to give a special thank you to the faculty and staff for their commitment to excellence. To the parents, friends, and loved ones with the graduates today, thank you for the role you've played in helping them achieve this milestone in their lives. They could not have done it without you. And finally, to you, the graduates, congratulations. You are our purpose, and seeing you here today affirms that for all of us and brings us a tremendous amount of joy. I could not be more proud of you and your achievement. The word commencement means a beginning or start. So while this occasion recognizes an important accomplishment, it's truly a new beginning and the start of the next step in your journey. My hope is that the successful culmination of your experience propels you to achieve your goals and dreams. Whether you realize it now or later, you'll be brought back to many moments and memories from this time in your life. Many people have helped you get to this point. The realization that we can't and really do not do anything alone is an important lesson for all of us to remember. Please take time to tell each and every one of those people that helped you on this journey, thank you, and share with them the impact they have made on you. Also, let us remember and not forget those that are not able to be here to celebrate with us and let their impact be long-lasting. So as you know by now, I'm the superintendent of our local public school district here in Iowa City. I grew up in small-town Iowa and have been grateful to serve as a substitute teacher, coach, student council advisor, assistant principal, director of schools, assistant superintendent, interim superintendent, and now superintendent. Some people would say I can't keep a job. Seriously though, this 23-year journey has afforded me the opportunity to address many groups and audiences. I've learned a few things. People want messages or learning opportunities to be meaningful, relevant, and brief. So today I want to leave you with something that always checks those boxes for me. Every Thursday, I get an email newsletter from James Clear, who's the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Atomic Habits, which has sold more than 20 million copies worldwide. This newsletter is called the Thursday 3-2-1. 3 ideas from me, 2 quotes from others, and 1 question for you. As I thought about my message for you today, a commencement 3-2-1 seemed appropriate. So first, the 3 ideas for me. Stop and smell the roses. Look at the art. Listen to the person's story. Explore a new idea, and rest. Everyone's in a hurry to do what is next. We live in a culture that rewards and values productivity. Busyness seems to be a constant, and it is a common refrain from people when you ask them how they are. I'm good, but so busy. I am, of course, like most, guilty of this, but I also want to tell you to please slow down and enjoy what is in front of you and what today is offering to you. There are so many blessings, big and small. The fact that you're sitting here today is a blessing. No matter how you accomplish this achievement, you did it. And yes, not all parts and seasons of life will be beautiful or enjoyable, but if you can find the good in small moments, I believe you'll be surprised at how different the journey can feel. Say yes. Join the band. Accept the invite. Do the thing. Countless opportunities will be presented to you, and ultimately it's up to you to decide what you will commit to or not commit to. Simply put, if you don't do it, you'll never know what will have happened if you had done it. Most of the regrets we develop are centered on the things we didn't do, not the things that we did do. I encourage you to push yourself out of that comfort zone and engage with what is offered and presented to you. We have all heard that showing up is half the battle. I think saying yes to what is offered is just as relevant. You may second guess yourself and fear failure, but try to remember that someone may be asking you to do this because they see something in you that is potentially hard for you to see in yourself. And the last one, reflect. Evaluate yourself, critique your work, consider your relationships. The highest performers and the most successful people I know are always highly reflective. They look for feedback, ask for it, and then do something because of it. I think it's important to question how you are being received and perceived. If you want to do anything at a high level, you have to be willing to be critical of yourself and allow others to give you critical and meaningful feedback. Sometimes these realizations are hard, but it is how you will grow. Self-improvement is one of the best things you can do for yourself. The other part of reflection that is important is to reflect with gratitude. Seek to be appreciative, generous, and thankful. Being grateful for what we have versus focusing on what we do not keeps us in a positive mindset and ready to encounter any difficulties that life may throw at us. 2 quotes from others. Jim Rohn, a motivational speaker, has been credited with stating, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your values, beliefs, and behaviors are influenced by those you are most closely connected with. Who is on your personal board of directors to help you make decisions and deal with all the joyous and difficult situations that life presents? I encourage you to ensure that these people are deserving of your time and ones that will help you achieve new heights. Finding and associating with the people that can inspire us to be more and do more than we thought possible will have a transcendent impact on the doors open to us." The second quote comes from the famous author F. Scott Fitzgerald. To be kind is more important than to be right. I first attribute this in my life experience to Joy Kelly, a retired school administrator that I had the pleasure of working with. Oftentimes, we're so concerned about being right or being proved wrong, but is that the most important thing? I've come to believe that the grace we show and are shown is far more valuable than being right. Furthermore, I may have mentioned kindness in every graduation address that I have given. There's a reason for this. Our society needs more of it, and that is because we do not show enough of it to each other. This can be seen on a micro level in the way we interact with each other and on a global scale with some of the atrocities afflicting the world today. Simply put, be kind and pay attention to the results you get. One question for you. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? Not what do you want to do or what do you want to be. That is what everybody is thinking and focusing on right now. So it's easy to become singularly focused and lose sight of what matters most. Critically question what you attach your identity to and how you will shape the person you want to become. It is my experience that the kind of person you are is what will make the biggest difference. Make the who you are more important than the what you do. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you today. It's been an honor and a privilege, and I wish you the best and a multitude of success. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Every semester, our graduating students choose the faculty speaker. This semester, Dr. Ashley Ryla, a faculty member in teaching and learning, was chosen. It's my honor to introduce Dr. Ashley Ryla, a clinical assistant professor in our special education program, as your faculty speaker. Dr. Ryla's journey to education began in an unexpected place, a paint-your-own pottery studio in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. After earning her bachelor's degree in business administration and marketing from Mount Mercy University, she managed that studio where she met Millie, a nonverbal adult with an intellectual disability who had spent her formative years in institutional care. Millie's initial visits were marked by discomfort and distrust, but Dr. Ryla worked patiently to create a welcoming environment. Over time, Millie learned to paint, first with her fingers, then a sponge, and eventually a brush, finding joy and self-expression through art. That experience changed Dr. Ryla's life. She realized that if she could make such an impact in a short time, she could make an even greater difference as a teacher. Dr. Ryla went on to earn both her master's and PhD in special education from the University of Iowa. She is licensed in K-12 Strat 2 special education in the state of Iowa, and she has worked as a high school special education teacher. At the University of Iowa, she has been a program specialist with UI Reach, the College of Education's comprehensive transition program for students aged 18 to 25 with intellectual, cognitive, and learning disabilities. She was also a postdoctoral scholar under Dr. Allison Brune and a research and training coordinator at the Scanlon Center for School Mental Health. In 2024, Dr. Ryla joined the faculty as a clinical assistant professor, where she teaches elementary classroom management and characteristics of disabilities and contributes significantly to our program and curriculum through collaborating on our outstanding special education faculty team. Dr. Ryla has demonstrated exceptional leadership and service to the profession. She serves on the board of the Iowa Council for Exceptional Children, chairs annual conference planning for the Association for Positive Behavior Support, and reviews for leading journals in special education. Her work has been recognized nationally and at the university level, and she has contributed to over 20 peer-reviewed publications and multiple book chapters. Dr. Ryla's commitment to equitable practices and mental health in schools is evident not only in her scholarship, but also in her advocacy and mentorship of future educators. Outside of her professional life, Dr. Ryla is an adventurer. She completed a full marathon during her first year of teaching. She does not recommend that. And crisscrossed the entire state of Iowa to celebrate her 30th birthday. Her greatest pride and joy, however, are her two children, Booker and Leander. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ashley Ryla, your faculty speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Wesley. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, you, graduates, for being here today. Today is a joyful celebration, and I'm honored to be here representing the Teaching and Learning Department at the University of Iowa's College of Education. I've had the privilege of working with many of you sitting here today, seeing you grow, seeing your passion, and yes, sometimes your caffeine-fueled determination to stay awake in my 8:30 a.m. class. I want to begin first with a confession. When I was asked to give this address, my first instinct was to turn it down. Not because I'm not proud of you, actually quite the opposite. I care deeply about you and the important work you're about ready to step into. But standing here at this podium today, speaking to a large room full of people, many of whom I don't know, yeah, that's not where I feel the most comfortable. And yet I said yes, because as educators, we ask our students and each other to do uncomfortable things. We ask them to take risks, to speak up, to try again, to grow. So I realized if I'm going to ask you to model the courage and vulnerability to your students, then I should be willing to do that, model that for you here today. So here I am, practicing what I teach. Many of you know me from our elementary classroom management course, a class where we talk about proactive systems, clear expectations, building positive relationships, and thousands of tiny decisions that make an effective classroom. As I've said frequently, classroom management is not about student behavior, it's about your behavior. It's about your ability to build a community. It's about creating an environment where all students can learn because they feel supported, valued, and safe. You're graduating today having already learned one of the hardest truths of teaching. Even the most thoughtful, beautifully planned lesson can take an unexpected turn. You can spend hours crafting a perfect activity, imagining every single moment, and still find that plan didn't unfold the way that you had envisioned. Here's the part that truly matters. While you can't predict everything that will happen inside a classroom, you can prepare yourself. You can prepare your heart to respond with patience and curiosity. You can prepare your systems in your room to provide structure and support. And you can prepare your relationships so that your students know that they are safe, they are seen, and they are valued. That preparation is what makes a good educator. It's not perfection, but readiness, responsiveness, and connection. Excuse me. Graduation ceremonies make me reflect on what this moment actually represents. Your journey to this point hasn't been easy. You've balanced coursework, practicum hours, endless lesson plans, full icon modules, jobs, and the perpetual hunt for a parking spot that avoids a parking ticket. Or maybe that's just me. You've survived group projects, reflection after reflection after reflection, and the mystical art of being able to balance it all. And here you are today, ready to step into classrooms where your words and actions will shape the learning, the confidence, and the future lives of children. And that's no small responsibility. Every time I teach a new group of educators, I'm reminded that we didn't get here by accident. Educating calls us, sometimes loudly, sometimes gently, sometimes in the form of a teacher who once changed our lives. However you arrived on this path, you've stayed on it because you've believed in something bigger than yourself. You've believed in the possibility inside every student. As you enter your own profession as an educator, there are 3 things that I hope you'll carry with you. First, remember your why. Every educator has a story. Maybe you were inspired by a teacher who saw you when others didn't. Maybe you love the thrill of helping someone finally get it. Maybe you wanted to build the kind of classroom you needed as a child. Your why is your anchor. It will sustain you through days when the Wi-Fi is down and you're trying to teach fractions to students who are passionately debating why their favorite dancer was sent home on Dancing with the Stars. When things get hard, and they will, return to your why. It will never be wrong, and it'll get you through. Second, educating is not about perfection. If you wait to be perfect, you'll never start. You will make mistakes. You'll make big ones, small ones, funny ones, humbling ones. You will have lessons that fall apart. You will be asked questions you don't know the answer to. You will have moments where students teach you. Perfection is not the goal. Reflection is. Growth is. Showing up with authenticity is. Your students don't need a flawless educator. They need a human one. An educator who apologizes, who adjusts, who laughs, accepts imperfections, and importantly, keeps going. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Educating is collaborative by nature. Lean on your colleagues, your mentors, and the communities that you have built and will build. Some of your strongest supporters are the very people sitting in this room. Your fellow peers are the ones who understand exactly what it feels like to stand in front of 24 fourth graders and realize your entire lesson hinges on that missing smartboard pen. Third, educating is an act of hope. Every day you teach, you will invest in the future you may never fully see. You will spark curiosity that may bloom long after your students leave your room. You will build relationships that carry students through uncertainty. You will model patience, kindness, critical thinking, and courage. You will give students the tools to write their own lives. And here at the University of Iowa, rooted in the mission of teaching, research, and public service, you have learned to do this with thoughtfulness and intention. You have learned to see students as whole people shaped by their experiences, their communities, their cultures, and strengths. You have learned that education is not simply a transfer of information. It is the work of empowerment, of equity, of connection, of possibility. As you move forward, you will not always feel the impact you're making. Sometimes teaching feels like planting seeds in rocky soil, but every once in a while, a student will come back and tell you what you meant to them. And in that moment, you'll remember why this work matters so profoundly. Graduates, you are entering the profession at a time when the world needs you. We need educators who are compassionate, educators who are brave, educators who challenge assumptions, educators who see potential, educators who believe in their students, even on days when their students don't quite believe in themselves. Before I close, I want to ask you to take a moment and look around. Look at the friends who walked this journey with you, the faculty who pushed and encouraged you, the family and loved ones who stood behind you, and then look forward, because your classrooms are awaiting, your students are awaiting, and the future is awaiting, and it's better because you are entering it. Congratulations, Hawkeyes. I'm incredibly proud of you. Now go change the world.
Thank you, Ashley. That was wonderful. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Alexandra Moon. Lexi is a lifelong learner who graduated from Waukee High School in 2021 and earned an associate's degree in liberal arts and sciences from Des Moines Area Community College in 2022. Raised by a loving single mother who continued her own education in order to help others, she grew up with a deep understanding of the value of learning, compassion, and altruism. From a young age, she has been passionate about art, mental health, and social connection, and discovered that art education was the perfect way to bring those passions together. Her experience as a nanny, babysitter, summer camp counselor, practicum student, painting instructor, and more led her to pursue a degree in art education at the University of Iowa. During Lexi's time at Iowa, she enjoyed spending time with friends, working in before and after school programs, teaching at Big Picture Art Studio, and building strong relationships with students, families, and the wider Iowa City community. She is eager to travel and experience more of the world, create and explore new art, and begin her teaching career where she hopes to make a meaningful impact in the classroom. Please help me in welcoming our student speaker, Lexi Moon.
Good evening, everyone. Family, friends, faculty, staff, and of course, my fellow graduates of the College of Education. First and foremost, we made it. Each of us could probably produce a list of the obstacles we overcame to graduate, and yet we are here with our oversized gowns and ill-fitting caps, ready to take on the world. Whether you are going on to become a counselor, mental health advocate, educator, instructional leader, researcher in learning sciences and assessment, or just a professional shaping society and human relations, you are special. You chose to challenge yourself, expand your knowledge, and grow in the service of others. That choice reflects something powerful within you, a drive to uplift, empower, and unlock the potential that exists within every student, teacher, school, and community you touch. And for that, I thank you. Standing here today, we are proof that a quality education is attainable and that education and schools continue to inspire individuals like us. We learned not only about education, but we learned through it. Like many of you, my time at the University of Iowa was not always easy, but it was deeply rewarding and full of many important lessons. For example, I learned that school is hard and requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices. I learned that the educational system is complex, complicated, deeply human, and composed of people with different skill sets, stories, and passions working to help others grow. I learned that we all deserve some grace, as no one has it all figured out. We are all just lifelong learners discovering ourselves in the world together. I also learned that educators really love acronyms. SEL, PBIS, RTI, SLD, IDEA, the list goes on and on and on. But I think we are still missing one. NAP, Necessary Academic Pause, or what I would like to call a nap. Because after all our hard work, I think we all deserve one. However, the most unexpected and powerful lesson I learned was how to see beyond myself, to recognize my biases, question the world, empathize with others, and build meaningful connections. When you study education long enough, you start to see that it's not just about schools and systems, it's about people, it's about relationships, it's about humanity. Studying education deepened my understanding of how education helps every part of our society. In a time where our world feels so divided, that understanding has never been more important. Now, like I imagine many of you did, I never imagined that I would be dedicating my life to the education system, the same system I spent so much time as a student dreading and trying to escape. At one point, my principal even had my mom's phone number memorized and on speed dial. Yet here I stand, graduating with a bachelor's in art and art education with the goal of helping all students, including the young troublemakers like me, feel seen, empowered, respected, and inspired. Many of you probably have similar dreams, each inspired by your own experiences within the education system. One of the most eye-opening moments I had at the University of Iowa was in Dr. Mitch Kelly's educational psychology class, when he asked us to write a letter to a teacher who helped us become who we are today. Not just a classroom teacher, but anyone who taught us something meaningful. At first, it sounded like a simple assignment. But as we started to write, the room got quiet, really quiet. And then you could see it. People tearing up, smiling, pausing to remember that one person who believed in them, challenged them, or showed them kindness when it mattered most. That day, surrounded by future teachers, counselors, social workers, principals, and researchers, I realized something. Behind every one of us is someone who saw our potential before we did, someone who reminded us that what we do matters. After someone important left my life when I was young, it was the after-school daycare workers who made sure I didn't feel alone. When I was constantly getting in trouble in middle school, it was my English teacher who didn't judge me, who asked me what was really going on and encouraged me to write about it. And when my aunt, whom I was very close to, passed away unexpectedly on my homecoming night, it was my art teacher who stayed with me after school, listened, and helped me rediscover joy through art. All of these people helped me become the person I am today. So as we graduate today, I want to invite you all to think of those people right now, the ones who helped you get here. It could have been a teacher, professor, or TA who believed in you, gave you grace when you needed it most, or helped you discover something about yourself. Perhaps it was a boss or a coworker who supported your dreams, pushed you to be your best, and helped you get through a difficult day. It could even be a friend or family member who reminded you of your worth and your reason to keep going when you felt defeated or down. It could even be a student who reminded you of why you wanted to go into education in the first place, reminded you of what it was like when you were a kid, and inspires you to always do better. Take a moment right now, and if that person is here, look around, find their face, and share a knowing smile of gratitude. And if they're not here, smile anyway as you think of the encouragement and support they once gave you. Remember this moment, for if you ever start to doubt yourself or question why you went into this profession, this is why. As we graduate today, we are signing up to be that person for someone else. It isn't those who can't do, teach. It is those who can do, should thank a teacher. That's why we need all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lexi. The College of Education is approved to offer Bachelor of Arts majors in Education Studies and Human Relations, Art Education, English Education, Mathematics Education, Music Education, Science Education, Social Studies Education, World Language Education, and Elementary Education. We are pleased to have the University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson with us for the conferring of this degree. Please join me in welcoming President Wilson to the podium. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise? That's you. Please rise. If you want to graduate today, please rise. President Wilson, these candidates, having completed all of the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Arts, are recommended to you by the faculty in the College of Education for the conferring of this degree.
Thank you, Dean Clay. On recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education and the authority vested in me by the Iowa Board of Regents, I confer on each of you the degree of Bachelor of Arts as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
The turning of the tassel is the tradition of gesture by which each student signifies the passage from degree candidate to graduate. Please mark your new status as graduates of the University of Iowa and the College of Education by moving the tassel of your cap from right to left. Thank you, graduates. Congratulations, you may be seated, and I would like to invite Associate Dean Mark McDermott to the podium for the recognition ceremony.
I now have the honor of sharing with all of you and celebrating the accomplishment of each of our program completers. At this time, we will honor the program completers in our Education Studies and Human Relations, Secondary Education, and Elementary Education programs. Please come forward to receive formal recognition when your program coordinator reads your name.
I'm Professor Kathy Hsu, and I will introduce the graduates completing the Education Studies and Human Relations major. Zoe McClaskey with high distinction. Charlotte Bass. Reagan Hayes Walker. Eva Mary Wozniska with high distinction. Asa Lyle Kelly. Abigail Lee Kemper with high distinction. Please join me in congratulating those who have completed the Education Studies and Human Relations major.
Hello, I'm Professor Allison Rowe, and I will introduce the graduates completing the Teacher Education program in Art Education. Claire Rosalie Vlecko with distinction. Kaylee Brienne Grimm with highest distinction. Joseph Bacon. Alexandra Isabel Moon with highest distinction. Madeline May Seeloff. Jacqueline Rose Hayes with distinction. Please join me in graduating those who've completed the Art Education program.
Hello, I am Professor Sam Tanner, and I will introduce the graduates completing the Teacher Education program in English Education. Lorna Ann Bauer. Lila Rain Heilig with highest distinction. Gianna Rocco with distinction. Please join me in congratulating those who have completed the English Education program.
I'm Professor Jeremy Monternock, and we have one graduate who has completed the Teacher Education in Music Education. Please join me in congratulating Brianne Ashley Bevins.
Good evening. I am Professor Ted Neal, and I will introduce our one graduate completing the Teacher Education program in Science Education. Josie Mbai. Congratulations.
I'm Professor Eric Friedman, and I will introduce the graduates completing the Teacher Education program in Social Studies Education. Logan Brosius. Mariah Honey. Alexis Christine Gorsh. Thomas Ryan Jones, with university honors, with highest distinction. Demetrius Littlemoon. Truman Tinti. Desmond James White. Hayden David Erzbo. John Lawrence. Please join me in congratulating those who have completed the Social Studies Education program.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Belén Hernando Llorens and I will introduce the graduates completing the teacher education program in world language education. Galilea Flores. Sydney Joanne Benscotter, with high distinction. Jilehi. Please join me in congratulating these who have completed the world language education program.
Good evening, I am Professor Saba Khan Vlok, and I will introduce the elementary education graduates. Maya Lynn Kilker. Gabrielle Marie McDowell. Brooklyn Sankit, with high distinction. Andrea Lauren Hudipole. Thank you. Kaylee Mae Nelson. Olga Colmenero Carrillo. Denali Navarez. Madeline Whitehead. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say, I don't know if I said for Denali, with distinction. Bailey Marie Kroll, with highest distinction. Chloe Ann Dawson. So good to see you. Oksana Sharp. Bailey Lynn O'Connor. Grace Jameson Mayer. Amy Limberg. Rachel K. O'Keefe with University Honors with highest distinction. Yasmin Isabella Alford. Haley Johnson. Hannah Meath. Congratulations. McGuire Elaine Conrad. Sarah Eden Eubanks with distinction. Thank you. Olivia Brandy May Emery. Brooklyn Nellie Bollard. Alyssa Susan Rickens. Alice Gambrell. Isabella Root. Melody Brogue. Nicole Homrighausen. Danielle Grace Jarraj. Danielle Grace Jarraj. Yu Yen Zhang. Willow Oswalt. Chloe Jean Williams. Congratulations. Erin Teckenberg. Avery Rhine. Avery Meeks. Ren Olivia Sternberg. Molly Shannon. Gabrielle Baldry. Monet Sebastiana Barnhouse. Please join me in congratulating the elementary education graduates.
Graduates, you will now leave the College of Education and start your profession anew. Working in education is a tremendous privilege, but what we've also heard from our speakers today is that it's a very big responsibility. We need good educators. We need people who care about our communities now more than ever, and we're confident that you will fill that role. You have our support, you have our confidence, and you have our admiration. We're very proud of all that you've accomplished. We have big, very big expectations of you because we know what a difference you can make. I look forward, as you do, to all the things that lie ahead. Thank you so much for being a part of our Hawkeye family, and we hope that you will stay a part of our Hawkeye family. Congratulations and best wishes to each of you. Please join me one more time in congratulating today's graduates. We welcome you all to join us for a reception immediately following the ceremony on the first floor Smith lobby. Refreshments will be served, and also there's word that Herky may or may not be there for pictures if you would like to see Herky. Herky's always excited to greet our graduates. I kindly ask that the audience please remain seated until the platform party and the graduates have exited, and then we look forward to seeing you all at the reception immediately following. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.